I don't know, why are we not spending this out of highway?
It was, it's an additional for our corner paving for grant. It's a 75 grand. And
You're talking about community crossings?
yes.
Okay, we always take that out of highway.
Okay. That and
Yeah. Because the restricted funds that are in the highway fund are so restrictive that this is one of the approved usages of them. So we always use that first because local road and street has fewer strings attached. Like we're budgeting trucks out of there next year. You can't budget trucks out of restricted. So we use the restricted dollars for first always for road materials.
And I know that he asked for a balance in year 1173, which Jackie has told me to tell you not to spend that yet because her and I have to go through that for like budget for next year and this year. It's a different process. So,
Motion to approve the additional.
So we advertised it out of the wrong.
It's advertised. Like, we have money that can only be spent for certain uses. It needs to be spent first. This has many available uses. Like equipment.
So, yeah, but my question is, does that money already exist or do we need to advertise
It's
an
already-
additional?
We do need to advertise an additional under it.
Out
So
of
we
it,
need to-
completely different.
So we need to scratch this and
Yes, that's.
re-advertise out of MVH restricted,
Yes.
non-restricted.
not out of restricted, no.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, you settle that at the end of the year. Is, you know.
No. I'm just saying it needs to go 1176 for right now.
Yeah. You can.
Okay,
That's what it needs to do.
okay.
So we need to re-advertise on the 1176, is that what you're saying?
If that's what he wants to do, how do you want to do stuff?
I didn't hear.
I mean, that's,
Yeah, he does.
Is there a time?
Is his motion dead or for lack of a second?
Yeah, no
maybe
second,
withdraw?
so it's dead.
Is there a time restriction on getting this money appropriated for the grant?
We would need to, I don't know about time restrictions, but I mean, we need to try to get taken care of real pretty soon.
Okay.
I didn't hear you, Scott. Oh, sorry.
I said, I don't know that there's a time restriction, but we need to try to get it pretty soon.
Yeah. I asked if there was a time restriction on getting this money for the community crossings grant money. So in other words, is there a deadline? Because if we re-advertise this, we're not gonna take action on it until our October meeting.
So it's for community crossings, this is what
And I don't wanna miss out on that state money.
This is your 1/3.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what you need to.
Okay. Yeah, it's our 25%.
Okay.
I mean, if there's something else we would take it out of. I didn't know there was, because I know when we did the chip and seal money, we did an additional, so I just assumed that's what we're supposed to do, so that's why I did that.
Anything that qualifies for restricted, always spend it out of restricted first.
If it's there, and it's not there yet, so. Just don't make me please. What I'm gonna ask you though is this money in your 1176 under road repairs and or for community crossings?
That's,
Do you have money in that line?
I do have money in the maintenance and materials.
So you could use that,
I could.
because that's where they're gonna tell you
I could pay,
to advertise it from.
I could pay some out of that, yes.
And then reimburse.
Go on, lose that.
Yeah.
Being very complicated.
Well, we already have the grant.
Yes.
We're not gonna lose it.
We're not gonna, we've already received the grant. This is just a portion payment of it.
I think it's a question worth asking.
I can't remember. Community crossings, you have a fund for community crossings. We'll talk later.
Okay, because I didn't know we did.
So the road maintenance materials in 1176, I think we budgeted 500,000. And we've only used about 25% of that.
So we could pay for some of it.
So,
Right now, you have 174,000 in your community corrections, or community crossings.
You see, that's what's in there.
$174,000. And there's 9117.
So I guess what confused me on that is when, so when we turn the bill in, is that what we rate as the appropriation number? Or?
You can use, I would assume you can use that 9117 as community crossings. Where did we put, we probably should have put your, we got your, hang on a minute. We received your money in September, right? So that probably was receipted into that fund. It's receipted into your 1176. It has to be separated. So did you get a receipt from us for 9, that you didn't know where it went?
I'll have to look.
Okay. Right,
Okay.
okay. So,
how much did you say the balance was in 9117?
174, 622, 43.
Okay.
So, and if he's got the other money in there, I mean, we could, he's gonna have to pay his third, which I think this is your third, right?
Yeah, or a quarter, yeah. Because it's a 25/75, so it'd be a
Okay.
quarter.
Well, normally it's a third, that's why I didn't know that either, so that's kind of, I'm not trying to take over here, but that's the kind of information that you need to let these guys all know.
I remember. Let's double check that, because I do remember it being a third also, and we were awarded about a little over 900,000.
It's always just it's always $1 million. It's like 999 something.
Okay.
Because your third used to be 333,000.
I think it was a little less this year.
Yeah,
I
because
think it's
yeah.
less this year, because you usually got enough that you put all of it was 1,333,000.
this year was one.
It's kind of a distinct
This is
number.
1,121,000 was this year altogether. That's ours and the state together.
Okay. Well, the question is just where do we advertise that out of? Or can we pay it out of the 1176 road materials and repair?
Well, you could
Because that money's already there. That,
Yeah.
we wouldn't need to advertise out of that.
just do that and make an advertisement for this much, so that that much is still available for it.
I'm good with
That
that.
what?
Just advertise the 280, so that after you spend that money out, it's replenished.
Do we need to?
Well, otherwise his balance just got cut in by more than half.
That's fine.
I-
That's fine.
I'm not worried if he spends more on road materials, good job.
Yeah.
He needs to pay this.
They're easier to
You
drive on.
have done better than your predecessors. What?
He needs to spend the 174,622 also.
What's that?
Out of.
That's the community crossing.
Community
Fine.
crossing.
Fund.
It's a fund.
Because
Yeah.
you're supposed to. It's in here, reports, right here.
Yeah.
So would she,
Okay.
we take the 174 and then the balance go out of another
Either
fund?
way, we don't need to debate it.
I
We're
mean,
not,
he can.
we're not taking an action.
He can do either way, 1176, 11, or 9117, but I would think you'd want to use your appropriate fund. So what are we doing on this local road and streets? I'm sorry to take over.
No action.
No action. We just won't approve it.
Okay, no action.
Okay. The only other thing on today's agenda is an additional to be advertised. $6,800 automotive maintenance for the sheriff.
I don't understand. There's $20,000 in that line.
There's not.
There's $12,100 in that line.
There's, I don't think there is. Is that unupdated?
That's
I think
what
it's
my-
down to like $150-some.
So-
What's the need?
Well, we'll need it to get through like, you know, oil changes and stuff like that. Plus, we just had 2 vehicles wrecked. So the deductible on those will be $1,000 each. So right there's $2,000. And
This is just advertisement, and she can bring that in, have Tony bring that information.
for the next time, okay.
But
I mean, I'm
are our reports incorrect?
There's probably just, I mean,
Because she's saying that it's spent.
Yeah, there's no money left in that account.
This
There's-
is August
so-
31st. I'm.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, we spent $12,000 in auto repair?
I think it's been low, like for a while, I don't.
Well, we'll just have to debate that.
Yeah, it's, because I didn't have enough, like I just barely had enough to pay this month's bills out of that.
All right. Well, we can advertise it if that's the pleasure of the council. Yeah, we would just advertise it and then.
There is money to transfer also, but we can debate that.
Out of the
next month.
sheriff's one, out of the
Yes.
sheriff's budget?
Yes.
Can you tell me where it is so I can
Well,
look at
there's
that?
every line that doesn't have a,
Every line of the
Utilization.
sheriff's budget is.
I'm your budget.
Yeah, every line of the sheriff's budget's
The amended
almost
budget.
depleted.
Year to date, they have
So-
spent.
well, there's $4,000 just in the transfer of inmates.
There should be like
Line.
$12,000.
She just went and picked up an inmate yesterday in Maryland. So,
Maryland?
Okay.
yes.
I can,
Okay.
I'll get with you before
Okay.
next month and we'll compare numbers and stuff.
Okay. How much did you say was left in,
I
did
believe
you,
there's $12,000.
in automotive?
And the one that he had me budget. But that's at the end of August.
Yeah, we paid Kurt Hufty about $7,000 last month, or maybe more.
Beginning of
Or
this month,
for
you mean?
collisions, yes,
Yeah.
that had happened previously.
Okay, so
So-
after August 31st, you
Yes.
pay.
We need to set
it's
her
Yes.
this
to
amount.
drive to school.
Okay.
They didn't, right? Maybe somebody did that.
If that's true, then we wouldn't have a deductible.
What?
If somebody hit us, we would not be paying a deductible.
Unless they're uninsured.
Unless they're uninsured.
Well,
Or it's an LWI, and they're going to pay, so,
There's a meeting at 12:30.
I mean, we'll have to go after it,
I-
so.
All right, so we'll advertise it.
Okay.
We'll advertise it as it's listed. That is everything that is on our agenda for today. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.